Good morning, friends. How are you guys? Okay, it's been a long time no see, but we're getting new siding. I was gonna go live yesterday, but it's so loud. And we're still getting it today, but I don't know. It's been too long since I've been live, so I didn't really want to skip it again. But good morning. Okay, Ofir has a new sale going on. It's almost site-wide. So it excludes like brand new stuff, like just launch stuff, but otherwise it's like pretty much the whole website. And so it's code CHEERS. And you can use the link above or below. And so in celebration, we're going to do an all Ofir look today. So let's get into it. I'm starting off with the barrier drops. This is kind of like a primer / skincare in one. It's really going to help with like just evening out that skin tone, adding the moisture and hydration so that it's prepped for foundation to give you a really even coverage, and also just put a barrier between your skin and your makeup. So it's going to wear better. Everything we want in our makeup. It's like, think if you had like a serum and a primer in one. That's kind of what the barrier drops are. Good morning, friends. Hopefully I can see comments today. I hate when I can't, because that is like my favorite part, obviously, about going live. Okay, we are going to do a little underpainting with the Geosculpt. I do believe this is excluded. So this is one of, there's like 2 or 3 exclusions. The Geosculpt just launched, what was that, last week, guys? Or the week before? So it is excluded because it is a brand new product, but honestly, it's so good. So it's 25% off nearly site-wide, and then orders over 100 are 35% off. And then I would say, like, if you want this, personally, I would still add it, because at that point you're like gonna be almost a free shipping, and you know what I mean? Who knows and how long it'll be until it finally goes on sale. So up to you, obviously, but still not a bad deal if you're getting like free shipping and all that. Good morning. How are you guys? I can't see comments if you guys are commenting, so if you are, I'll have to come back and read them, or sometimes it'll randomly start working like all of a sudden, just like in the middle of live. But anyways, we are going to take the cream bronzer. I'm using the shade Cove, and I'm basically going to use this as like an underpainting. So we went right onto the skin over those barrier drops, and I'm basically just putting it in like the areas that I want to bronze up my face a little bit. And right now, obviously, I didn't even take like time to make it perfect or anything. I'm just like slapping it on because we're gonna blend it all. But look at how quick and easy it does blend, you guys, for a cream product especially. But anyways, we're gonna take the sheer skin in the shade Rye. I can wear Rye or Papyrus all year round. So the sheer skin, if this is your first time seeing it, it's more like a tinted serum. It's packed full of skin hydrating ingredients. It is going to add a little coverage because it's tinted, but it's mainly just going to like even out the skin tone and give you that really pretty hydrated glow. So it's kind of going to be like your skin, but better. I forgot to do my bloom drops, but oh well, I guess there's always tomorrow. And sometimes if I want it extra glowy, I'll add just a little bit of the hydrating face milk in with it. And this just leaves such a pretty glow. And then I just kind of like blend it all over my face. So I'll even go right into that bronzing that we just did. And I just kind of want to soften that and have it more like peeking out so that it's more subtle and natural looking. You can blend this stuff with your hands, with a brush, truly with anything. I'm using Ofir's, what's the name of this brush? It's like their only foundation brush. I love it. And I'm basically just stippling that into the skin. So I'm kind of doing like a pressing and a swiping motion in one. So it's going to kind of blend right into that bronzer, evening out my skin tone, giving it that really pretty hydrated glow. We basically want like our skin, but better. Like, we don't want it to look or feel like we're wearing foundation at all, but we just want to make it look better, you know what I mean? So more glowy, more youthful, even out the skin tone, but it's not coverage. So it's not like actual foundation. So if you're wanting to have coverage as far as like, say, my melasma, or you have freckles that you want to cover, anything like that, this is not going to do that. It's a light coverage. So it's a skin-like finish. It's going to feel the same as just wearing like your skincare. It dries down just like skincare. It does not feel like you're wearing makeup. It does not get all like nasty if you are outside sweating or anything like that. It just wears very beautifully, just like skincare basically. But just keep that in mind. It's not foundation if that's what you're going for. Okay, so sometimes when I do this, if I want to dress a look up, but I want it to be like no makeup, but look like I'm wearing makeup, does that make sense? I'm going to go in with a more bold lip. So we haven't done this forever, but I'm going to do the Velvet Lip Bond, and I'm going to use the shade Chili. This has actually been around for a while, and I don't talk about it enough, and I don't really see anybody else talking about it either, but it is such a good liquid lipstick formula. It doesn't bleed. It lasts all day. It's actually hydrating. I need to slide my mirror over. Like, most liquid lipsticks bleed out when you apply them without a liner. Not this one. I've actually used quite a few different brands of liquid lipsticks, and this is by far my favorite formula. So if you need, and it has like 12-hour wear, I would actually say it's probably even a little bit longer than that, because when I go to wash my face at the end of the day, it's like very much still there. The more pigmented, the longer it's going to last. So like a red lip, I truly think you could probably go to bed and like you'd still wake up having like red on your lips. But like the more nude colors, those are going to be more just all day. You know what I mean? Like, how perfect is that? And we're so zoomed in, guys. It's crazy. Okay, disregard the noise. I can tell they're like almost right here. So we're gonna try to go kind of fast today. But how pretty is that? And did you guys ever see that trend where it was like you can wear no makeup at all, but just a red lip? And for some reason that'll just make like all your blemishes like disappear because all the focus is gonna be on the red lip. I actually kind of think that's true. I didn't believe it at first because I thought, no way, when I wear a red lip, it just draws more attention to any redness on my face. So I thought, there's no way that can be true. I kind of think it is. Obviously, I have the tinted serum on, but you get my point. Okay, I was going to do eyeshadow today, but I kind of feel like we should just let the lip be the moment. What do you guys think? Not that it does any good, because apparently I can't see comments. Maybe one will finally come through. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of vitamin C stick. This is another new launch, but like the blushers I use all the time. So like the shade Almond Fruit, Apricot, Lychee, those are all going to be included in the sale. 25 to 35% off, depending on how much you want to order. Also, all the eyeshadows, like literally everything. And then free shipping. I'm kind of second guessing myself here, but I want to say it's orders over $75. So if you're hitting that 35% threshold, you're also going to get free shipping. So you kind of get like some extra savings there. Okay. I'm basically just keeping this blush right above and then kind of right into where that contour is. This will just give you a nice lifted look if you keep it nice and high on the cheek. I love the vitamin C sticks, you guys. They are hydrating. They are also skincare infused, and they're just so glowy and so pretty. I know this one is a little bright for some people, but you can do less or more or whatever, just depending on like your preference. I've always really, really loved blush, but this is the shade Watermelon. The other two are a little bit less like bright pigment. So yeah, there's like a really subtle peachy one, and then what is Raisin, it has more of a like purpley undertone or like a plum undertone, but definitely a couple like variety of options for sure if this is a little too bright for you, but you like the idea of it. They are obviously skincare infused, hence the name vitamin C sticks. I think they're only tested on the cheeks, but I've used them on my eyes and my lips, and the staying power is amazing. They don't dry my lips out or anything, so keep that in mind. Like, it's not tested for that, but I've worn it there, and it works so good. But anyways, they're just super good. Let's go in with a little bit of setting powder. I want to mostly target this around areas that I get a lot of texture. I have really big pores, like right here on my cheeks. And then I do have like the 11s in between my eyebrows, and just like some big pores. So I'm basically just going to take a brush. I'm not going to bake. I want to take a big brush. So I'm taking a tiny, tiny bit of product, like almost none. And I'm just kind of going to go right over top of that to blur those pores, set that makeup into place. Again, this isn't coverage, it's blurring texture. So think of it as that way, like it's not like a powder foundation, it's a setting powder, which is just going to soften the appearance of texture, like pores, fine lines, anything like that. And then it will, of course, also set your makeup into place, and yeah. I hope they're done by tomorrow so we can go live in peace. And I hope I can see comments tomorrow. Okay, how pretty is that, you guys? I'm using the shade Medium. They do have like a slight tint. This one reminds me of Butter for shade-wise, and so I love just like that little tiny hint of like butter yellow. It's so pretty. But yeah, okay. I can tell it's about to get super, super loud. So I'm gonna jump off of here, do my mascara, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep this as basically a look. I feel like it's super pretty, but also really easy. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will hopefully see you tomorrow if the construction isn't too loud. Bye, girls.